Hello, ReNewskers. How you doing? Welcome to ReNews, the news about Renew. Thanks for tuning into this. All throughout Europe, we've become aware that there are thousands and thousands of people who get the vision of the kingdom that we talk about at Renew. A Jesus-looking God raising up a Jesus-looking people to change the world in a Jesus kind of way. And many of them are just on their own, independently. They come to this awareness, however it happens. But many of them feel very isolated. They feel disenfranchised from the church that in their neighborhood, or they don't have a church in their neighborhood. And so they're looking to feel like part of something bigger than themselves. Many are asking the question, how do we turn our house into a house church? And for a long time, several years now, we've looked at ways of resourcing these folks who just want to become, in a sense, pastors by furthering the kingdom in any way they can. But to date, there has not been much available. Now, enter Christian Associates. Christian Associates is a group. I first became aware of them about 8 years ago. I did a conference with them in Hungary. And they are the craziest bunch of missionaries I've ever met. And I love them. These guys are so outside the box, it's not funny. Because they say in Europe, the only way to do missions is to be way outside the box. They say that if you invite anyone to go to church, forget about it. No one's going to be interested. So you've got to bring church to them, and you got to lose the word church. And probably you should lose the word Christian on the way as well. America is approaching that, but we're still quite a ways. We're not nearly as far down the road as Europe is. There's one group of missionaries that formed a band. They all are excellent musicians. They got together, decided to go over into France, and they play in clubs. They'll go to any club that invites them, and they're really, really good, so they get invited everywhere. They've even played in strip joints. I personally couldn't do that gig, but they do. And the way they evangelize is they just tell folks as they take a break from the music, hey, listen, we're going to be over in this corner or whatever, and if you want to come and talk to the band, and everyone does, of course, well then, we'd love to meet you. And the purpose of those meetings is to say, hey, listen, after the club closes down, and this is the agreement they make with the club owners before they'll even come in, that we're going to have an hour or two just to hang out and talk about life. And so the folks will stick around after the club shuts down, and they just talk about life issues. And if it's natural for it to come up, they'll talk about how Jesus Christ has impacted their life. And they have brought hundreds of people to Christ by that means. And then they form communities and things like that. So it's beautiful. Anyways, Renew and Woodland Hills Church and Christian Associates are partnering together to do this conference in Budapest, Hungary this year. And we're going to invite all the parishioners to come and be a part of this thing throughout Europe. And if you're in America and want to come, feel free to come to that as well. It'll be hosted July 29th through the 31st. I'll be doing some speaking at it. We're going to have some other folks there. These two guys out in Philadelphia are going to join me over there, and they're going to host a workshop on following the Spirit as you plant a church or turn your house into a house church. Christian Associates, this is what they do. They equip people to do missions in their own cultural context. And then they provide follow-up support, coaching, and stuff like that. This is exactly what's necessary out there. So for you folks in Europe, listen, I want you to really make a concerted effort to be part of this. You'll network with other people who are in the same situation you're at. You'll get some solid training. You're going to have a lot of fun. These guys are nuts. They're absolutely nuts. And I think you'll be joining a team that's really going to be productive at reaching out, expanding the kingdom throughout Europe. So exciting stuff's going on. Mark your calendars, July 29th through the 31st. It's in Budapest, Hungary. And it's a beautiful city. And so you want to take a few days afterwards or ahead of time in order to make a little vacation out of it. God bless you guys. Keep walking in the Spirit, keep expanding the kingdom, and keep your eyes on Jesus. Take care. Bye-bye.